Tuesday updates, I don't feel like we're doing them properly right now because I'm getting calls about promises being made and not getting delivered on, and follow up and follow through aren't happening, which is terrifying to me because I don't know what in the hell we are doing on Tuesdays if we're not doing the one thing we're supposed to do on Tuesdays, which are substantive conversations. Okay, so Tuesdays probably should be the hardest day of the week for you because you're having legit conversations. You are having the conversations about why someone's home isn't selling. You're having conversations about pricing. You're having conversations about them needing to clean their house up. This should not be an easy day. This isn't one where you're like, hey, all good, talk to you next week. It's like, hey man, here's what I've done for you this past week. So that's the one thing sellers are always gonna ask. What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? 7 words. That is the question you answer every Tuesday. And if you don't have an answer, we have a problem because you are not doing your job. What have you done for me lately? So on Tuesdays, it looks something like this. 1, showings. Okay, this is the number of showings. But then what happens after the showings? Feedback. Are you getting feedback? Do you remember how many showings you have? Right, in order to have showing feedback, you probably need to schedule on the calendar. So you can look back the previous week and figure out who showed your place, right? When I'm sitting on 40 listings, I can't remember who showed what house on Monday. It has to be calendared, and we have a showings calendar for that. Remember, the showings calendar is for showings of your listings, not for when you're out showing property. And 1C is going to be feedback follow-up, because the last thing these people want to do after they showed a house that their buyers didn't like is waste their time giving you detailed feedback. So we asked 3 questions. 1, is your buyer going to write an offer? 2, if not, is there anything we could do to the house that would make them want to buy and write an offer? And 3, I value your opinion. What do you think this house is worth? If you are not scheduling the showings and getting the feedback and then communicating this back to your seller, you are not doing your job as a listing agent. When you're a listing agent, life's pretty good because other people come and sell your house. You're not driving around like a buyer's agent. You're in the office, receiving phone calls, scheduling showings, and then getting feedback from those showings. And that feedback is the basis of your Tuesday updates. So showings, that's job number 1. Look at the MLS. Are we missing any features? Did we check garage? Did we check driveway? Did we check forced air heat? Did we check air conditioning? Do we have inclusions and exclusions? Because what happens is if you were to go into Brivity or any other search tool, you're going to look for houses in a price range. And then from the price range, you're going to check amenities. Views is a huge one. I went through 7 listings yesterday that were absolute dog shit. And then I went and looked at the listing agreement, the info sheets, they're blank. And so now people looking for houses like the one that you're trying to sell can't even find it because we didn't take the time, the 5 minutes, to check the boxes so the transaction coordinator could properly input this thing into the market. And then you wonder why it didn't sell. So check for any missing features, right? Part of the MLS as well, how are the pictures? Do we need to take new pictures? Could we get better ones? Do we have better ones in the drive that we could flip into the MLS? Could we arrange the order of the picture so it's walking through the house sequentially, like you would start at the front of the house, and then a picture of the entry, and then a picture of the inside, and then move through the kitchen, down the hallway, through the bathrooms. All right, so in review, showings and feedback are super important in utilizing the tech we already have to make sure that you can go back and get the feedback. And I would say one more thing here, 1D, follow up on all showings on Mondays. Why would you want to do that? So you're preparing for Tuesday. And most of your showings probably happen on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Monday, when you're in the office, right? Saturday and Sunday, you're out scheduling showings, you're on the boat, you're doing whatever, you're showing properties yourself. Then Monday, we sit down. Hey, Jim, thanks for showing my property. Super appreciate you. Got a couple questions. You have 2 seconds? Are your buyers going to write an offer? Nope. Okay, great. If they're not going to write an offer, anything we can do to the house that would cause them to want to write it? And 3, hey man, I value your opinion. What do you think it'll honestly sell for? Will you always get answers to all of those questions? No, but you've got to do something because when your seller says, hey, what'd they think of the house? And you didn't get feedback because you didn't calendar and you don't have a cadence, a weekly cadence on getting your feedback, you look like an idiot, which further reinforces the fact that you haven't done for me lately, and I'm going to find someone that makes me feel like they're earning their paycheck. Now, whether or not you actually are earning your paycheck is almost irrelevant because it doesn't matter what you did. It matters how you made your people feel. We know, like if the place is overpriced, it's not going to sell till we get a price right. But if they don't feel like you're sold on their property and they don't feel like you're working for them, you're never going to get them to align with you on pricing to actually get a paycheck. So it all starts with being customer focused and making sure that we're doing what we told these people we would do, right? What have you done for me lately? Well, Mr. Seller, we had 3 showings last week. I got feedback from all 3 of them. The first guy said his buyers loved the layout, but they needed a 4th bedroom. And so they went and bought this one down the road. And I looked at the one that they bought down the road. It's very similar to yours, but it was also $50,000 cheaper. Number 2 said that they were just starting to search. They weren't ready to make a move. The house showed great and he thought it was priced a little bit high. And number 3, unfortunately, just said, not a good fit for the buyer. I couldn't get any more information out of him. Do you think that seller is going to feel like I've done something for them lately? And I also slipped in there, you're overpriced. But I didn't say it, right? Third party touch, someone else said it. Because that's the key, right? It can't always come from you. That's why you got to get the feedback. And inside of this feedback, keep it. All of my listings have a little Word document that's showings and feedback. And then when I get the feedback, I copy and paste it into this thing. So then I can say, hey man, we've had your property listed for 10 months. We've had 67 showings, and here's all of the feedback. Just in case you were wondering if I've done anything for you lately, here's some evidence that I have done something for you. And when it's time to renew the listing, you're actually going to renew the listing with me because I've been working for you and you want me to get a paycheck on it and you want to sell your house because every Tuesday for the past 40 weeks, I've been doing what I said I was going to do. Run a new comparative market analysis if not sold. So we've been on the market for 10 days. We've had no showings. Hey, I don't like to make moves too hastily. Give me a little bit more time. And then next Tuesday, I'll have a market analysis for you and let you know whether or not I think we need to adjust the price to better match the market. And notice that I had nothing to do with a price reduction. It is to modify the price, to change the price, to update the price, to better match the market's expectations. Because remember, we don't make the market, we simply interpret the market. So if your listing isn't selling, you should be doing market analysis regularly. But there's 2 ways to do a market analysis. There's just like do a quick search, high, low, medium, send it off to them, or you do the quick search and you look at the pendings and the solds and you get thoughtful about it. Why did that one sell? Why did this one sell? What do these have that mine doesn't have? What does mine have that these don't have? What can I do to my listing to get it to sell like these listings sold? Is it a signage issue? Is it a photo issue? It is a remarks issue. Do I have nothing in the MLS for people looking for houses like these that they're not finding mine because I don't have any boxes checked? And it's not very searchable. If you do it the right way, you actually have something to talk to your seller about. Hey, interesting, right? We hit the market. These 4 houses were active. 3 of them were pending. Ours is still on the market. Here's what I'm seeing that we could do to get yours done. 80% of it's going to be priced, but then we're responsible for the other 20%, which is making sure, right? Hey, I looked at the photos. I think we should get a drone picture on it. I think we should get some new exterior photos. I think it'd be important for us to get sunset photos or sunrise photos. I realized that we missed the half bath under the stairs. I noticed our 3D walkthrough didn't have a scan outside the back door and outside the front door so the buyer can envision what's actually happening on the outside of the house. These guys also were X dollars per square foot. This one was 4 bedrooms. Yours is 3 bedrooms. That 4th bedroom is worth this much in the market. That one has a pool. This one doesn't have a pool. A pool is worth this much in the market. And then you have something really thoughtful to give to your seller. And if what you say makes sense, and you have week after week after week shown them, not told them, shown them what you've done for them lately, you'll get the price that you need to make the property sell, right? So then we have people on the same team with the same marketing, the same staff. One's doing great updates and is crushing it, getting price reductions in moving property. And other people are doing the bare minimum and they're not getting any property moved and they're not getting any price reductions. And then they ask why. Quick review. If you want to get sold. The first question every seller's thinking that they're not fucking telling you is, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? This is a $600,000 house. I'm paying you $36,000 to sell it. What the fuck have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? You said you'd give me Tuesday updates, and I got a text every Tuesday with no news on it. That does not feel like an update to me. And we know that it's all about how we made the seller feel. They need to feel like you're paying attention, that you're engaged with them, you're sold on their house, you think it's a great house, that you're the guy for the job or you're the gal for the job. So are you making them feel important on Tuesdays? And how do we make them feel important? First off, our job is to schedule the showings. And then are we getting feedback? Are our showings going on a calendar? So every Monday, we can go call whoever showed the house the previous week and text them and email them and get some sort of feedback. And I do this on Mondays. Why do I do this on Mondays, Jason? So you're ready for Tuesday. Most of our showings happen Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If it's scheduled, it's on the calendar, it's on the showings calendar. I can type in the street name and I can see all the showings that we had scheduled for that week. So then on Tuesday, I have something substantive to give to my seller. Instead of them saying, hey, what they think, I say, here is what they thought. I didn't just say, no news. Right? And if I do all that and it's still not selling, we have a pricing issue. Guess what, Mr. and Mrs. Seller? I think we should hold it this price this week. I'm going to do another walk through the house. I'm going to do a brand new fresh market analysis. I'm going to be really thoughtful about why this house is selling and that house isn't selling and what we can do to be better matched against the competition and make sure that we're priced according to what the market's expectations are. Is it okay if I do that market analysis and give you an update next Tuesday? That's what a Tuesday update is.